Many people enter the world of tax saving investments looking for the top tax saving funds. Well, this is the wrong approach. You must look for the right ELSS to attain your financial goals based on risk tolerance rather than the best ELSS funds. Investors must check the parameters of ELSS funds to avoid getting stuck in the wrong investment for a long time. Investing in the right ELSS is super easy if you study the investment. After all, ELSS, with its 2-in-1 benefit to save tax and create wealth, surely does deserve another look. Hello and welcome. I am Prarthana from Clear, which is India's largest tax and financial services platform. At Clear, we have assisted 6 million tax filers so far. So without further ado, let's begin. Equity-linked saving scheme or ELSS is a tax-saving mutual fund investing mainly in equity and equity-related instruments. It has a mandatory 3-year lock-in period. ELSS qualifies for the Section 80C tax deduction up to Rs 1.5 lakh per year. It has the shortest lock-in period among Section 80C tax-saving investments, suitable for first-time investors in equity investments as the mandatory lock-in period helps weather market volatility. ELSS has the potential to offer inflation-beating returns with time. Do you know, till the early 1990s, ELSS could invest only in firms registered in backward areas. ELSS offered investors a maximum tax reduction of Rs 10,000 till 2006. Let us look out ELSS versus other Section 80C tax saving investments. Each ELSS is unique based on the market capitalization of stocks in the portfolio, investment style of the fund manager, and the number of stocks in the portfolio. Few investors know that ELSS invests in large cap, mid cap, and small cap stocks. Aggressive investors pick ELSS with a portfolio aligned towards mid-cap and small-cap stocks. Pick ELSS with a large-cap bias if you seek an investment with predictable and consistent returns over time than frequent highs and lows which may not appeal to all. Check the investment style of the ELSS fund for growth, blend, or value style. Opt for growth style if you have a higher risk tolerance to get market-beating returns. It focuses on stocks of young companies whose earnings could outperform the industry and the overall market. You could try the value style if you are a patient investor, as its investment style could provide superior returns over a longer period. It focuses on stocks of companies that currently trade below their fundamentals whose value could rise after investors discover their true potential. Well, try the blend style for an ideal balance between growth and value. Let's have a look at some investment style box. This fund invests mainly in large cap stocks with a growth focus, that is mainly growth stocks. This fund invests mainly in large cap stocks with a blended focus mix of growth and value stocks. Speaking of parameters to pick the best ELSS, you can get this information on the fund page of the Black app. I hope by now you have understood how to pick the right ELSS. Don't you want to know the top 5 ELSS in 2022 to get to your financial goals? Firstly, Mirae Asset Tax Saver Fund Direct Plan Growth. The Mirae Asset Tax Saver Fund has 73% of its asset in large cap stock, 17% in mid cap stock, and 8% in small cap stocks. It has generated a CAGR, that is compound annual growth rate, of 27.58% over the past 3 years as compared to the ELSS category average of 20.70%. It has exposure of around 35% towards financial services and 14% in technology sector. The fund has an expense ratio of 0.43%. Risk is very high and Morningstar rating is 5. Secondly, BOI AXA Tax Advantage Fund Direct Plan Growth. The BOI AXA Tax Advantage Fund has 50.85% of its asset in large cap stocks, 43.15% in mid cap stocks, and 5.72% in small cap stocks. It has generated a CAGR of 31.85% over the past 3 years as compared to the ELSS category average of 20.70%. It has exposure of around 23% towards financial services and 19% in the technology sector. The fund has an expense ratio of 1.57%, wherein the risk is very high and Morningstar rating is 5. Thirdly, Quant Tax Plan Direct Plan Growth. The Quant Tax Plan has 58% of its asset in large cap stocks, 20% in mid cap stocks, and 20.5% in small cap stocks. It has generated a CAGR of 39.14% in the past 3 years as compared to the ELSS category average of 20.70%. It has exposure of around 20% towards industries and 17% in the financial service sector. The fund has an expense ratio of 0.57%, where the risk is very high and Morningstar rating is again 5. Fourthly, Axis Long-Term Equity Fund Direct Plan Growth. The Axis Long-Term Equity Fund has 82% of its asset in large cap stocks, 14.65% in mid cap stocks, and 1.97% in small cap stocks. It has generated a CAGR of 23.74% in the past 3 years as compared to the ELSS category average. It has exposure of around 30% towards financial services and 14% in consumer defensive sector. The fund has an expense ratio of 0.74%, wherein the risk is very high and Morningstar rating is 5. The fifth one is Canara Robeco Equity Tax Saver Fund Direct Plan Growth. The Canara Robeco Equity Tax Saver Fund has 77% of its asset in large cap stocks, 16% in mid cap stocks, and 2% in small cap stocks. It has generated a CAGR of 27.12% over the past 3 years as compared to the ELSS category average. It has an exposure of around 30% towards financial services and 15% in the technology sector. The fund has an expense ratio of 0.74%. The risk is very high and Morningstar rating is 5. Well, the bottom line is, invest in ELSS through the Systematic Investment Plan or SIP to enjoy the rupee cost averaging benefit. Check the parameters of the ELSS to ensure they match your risk profile. Always focus on picking the right ELSS rather than the best ELSS to attain your financial goals. I hope that this video was informative. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please subscribe to support us and don't forget to click on the bell notification. Stay tuned for the next video and take care.